Welcome back to the show. This is, of course, a chat wrap with me, Jamie, right here on Relax Radio. Hope you are having yourself an amazing, amazing day so far. And if you're not, well, then don't worry, okay? Because we are here to give you the best of conversation. We are here to keep you company and, make sure that you have that positivity and that energy that you need to get going with your day. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. And more importantly, I want you to be a part of the conversation, okay? I want you to join in and let me know what you're thinking. And I would absolutely love to hear what you are thinking. So go on ahead and call me, text me, or just connect with me on social media, whatever it takes. I would so appreciate if I could hear your opinion, your perspective, and your idea about what we are talking about. So go on ahead if you want to share your opinions or if you just want to say hi to me. I truly would love to hear from you. So go on ahead and call me on 07852473 or you could just simply text me or drop a comment on our social media, that is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We go as Relax Radio. Make sure that you go check out our content as well, because we are making sure that you stay updated with every single thing that's going on. So very big hello to everybody that's tuning in. How are you? Are you happy? Are you having a productive day? Well, either ways, it doesn't matter. Just remember that we are here for you. We got your back. We are here to make sure that you are feeling positive, that you are energized all throughout the day. Now, it is the final few minutes of this show, but don't worry, because we got Tim coming up right up next, and he will keep you updated with all the real world issues that you should absolutely know about. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Make sure that you follow us on all our social media, share, comment, give me a like. I would absolutely love that and appreciate it from you. Now, with that being said, I also want to show you a small snippet of what actually goes on here at Relax Radio. So go on ahead and take a look at this video. All right, that's a little idea of what goes on here at Relax Radio. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And if you want to be a part of the conversation, like I kept telling you, it's super simple. You can call me or connect with me on social media. Now, we've been talking about a lot of different things. We've been talking about, we spoke about the film industry in the UK. We spoke about the Oscars, and I have a lot more to share with you as well. And right now, though, before I leave, I wanted to talk about something very important, and that is how to be more effective at work. Now, me as an individual, I feel like after Corona, after the pandemic, getting back into normalcy, getting back into that everyday grind, the hustle of, just working, was kind of hard just because of lockdown, because everybody had to work remotely, especially with me. I had a few days off, and it was really hard to get back into that productive rhythm of life. And I guess there are a few things that I did to be more productive, to be more effective, especially at work. And I thought, well, why not share it with all of you? It could be that you're having a bad day and you just don't feel like doing anything, or it could be that you're just not feeling it this week, or you just want to get the day over with and that's all you care about. Well, then don't worry, because I want to help you have a few tips rather, so that you could be as effective as possible in your workplace. Now, see, everybody does some kind of work. Even if it's studying, you are all engaged in some activity, right? Now, some of us do a job in some company, while some of us have our own business, or we work from home, or we're a blogger, or whatever. We all engage in some sort of activity. Now, whatever we do, there are certain tasks that we need to engage in, that we need to do or accomplish to 100% in order to be able to be productive, in order to be able to do our activity. If it's studying or even if it's working, we need to be able to do these tasks so that we can succeed in whatever activity that we are engaging in. Now, some of us work really hard, but the question that I get from a lot of people is, oh, I worked as hard as this other person, but I didn't get the same output as this other person. So why is that? Now, see, at the end of the day, I feel like every single one wants to be effective. Really, if you are telling me that you don't want to be productive, that you wish you could stay in bed and watch Netflix all day, that's kind of a lie. That's what you want, but that's not what you need. That's what you do, but you wish you could do things differently, right? Everyone wants to be more effective in his or her life. So what I'm trying to do right now before I leave is to share with you a few tips from my daily life, as well as some tips that I've learned from my colleagues, my friends, my co-workers, um, about how essentially to be more effective at work. Now, it does not matter where you work or what kind of work you do or what kind of activity you're engaged in. I feel like these tips that I'm about to share with you works for basically everyone. Okay, so everyone in the universe deals with people around them, and every day, whether you are at home or whether you're at office, you always have some tasks to do every day. And obviously, every single one of us needs to be able to manage these tasks properly, right? Now, how to make up or rather, how to make these tips that I'm going to give you work for you. Now, first of all, I want to say that these are my opinions. Do not go by the terms that I'm about to give you. Now, when I will mention boss, if I say boss, assume anyone whom you have to report to. Does that make sense? So I want you to cater whatever I'm saying according to your context, adjust it, and take these tips to heart so that you can be as productive and you can be as effective as possible. See, in life, I feel like lots of people know what to do, but only a very few people actually do what they know. So, knowing is not enough. You must take action. So, it is time to take action right now. So, here are a few tips for you to be more effective at work. First thing I want you to do is to make a to-do list. Okay? It's an age. We live in an age where multitasking is absolutely essential. Everyone is doing more than one task, juggling things, juggling activity. And if you want to do multiple things daily, you need to keep track of them. If not, the chances of you missing out on one or more tasks is going to be very high. So when you realize that it may be too late to cover up or to compromise, it's not good. It's not a good feeling. You're going to be stressed and you're going to be wondering, how can I do all of this within such a short period of time? Now, it is a technology time. We use social networking to get in touch with everyone. We use online sites for shopping. We use many online sites that are available as well for tracking your tasks. So try to use, I personally, this is not obviously promotion or whatever, but there are certain apps that I use that connect me to that are rather applications or apps that you can use on your smartphone in order to help you create a list for yourself. A few such apps is Evernote is genuinely one thing that I use, that I used to have like a checklist or a to-do list of what I'm supposed to get done today. And the other app that I've heard my friends use is something called Anydo, or just figure out whatever that works for you, even if it's writing on a piece of paper a list of things that you're supposed to do. It doesn't matter. Whatever that works for you is what you should be doing. So go ahead, make a to-do list. Second tip that I want to share with you is to prioritize your work. Now, after making your to-do list, assign priorities to them. List tasks by calculating rather what's most important and what's most urgent. It will help you to focus on the right thing first, and you can schedule a break between tasks so that you can recharge yourself or whatever it is. Make sure that you evaluate how things went first first prioritize and then evaluate at the end of the day. This third thing, the third tip that I use rather, is to use the right word at the right time. Now, the secret is to handle the people around you, especially if you're at a workplace working with a whole bunch of people. Some of us are so expert at this that we manage everything else with the help of their communication, with the help of our communication. And that is why communication is super important. Some of us work extremely hard, but we don't communicate things well enough. And that entire task that we worked on goes to waste. So, what I want to remind you is to use the right word at the right time. Make sure that you do exercises in order to help you communicate better. See, if I'm not saying that you need to be a master at dealing with people, none of us are a master at dealing with people because people are difficult, people are different, and it takes years and years of practice and patience and experience to be able to deal with people. But what I am telling you is to communicate better. And what exactly does that mean? That means I want you to ask whenever something is not clear. If you don't understand anything, it's better to just say you don't understand, that you have absolutely no idea of what your boss or whoever your superior is talking about, than to stay quiet and then mess it up at the end. Okay, so make sure that you have mutual understanding with the people that you're working with in order to have good communication and in order to be as effective as possible. Now, the other thing that I want you to do is to think like a boss. Now, when you are going to your boss or your superior to show them what you have done, first get into their shoes. Okay? Think how you will validate the task if you were in their position. Think what you can do or what your boss will do to criticize or acknowledge the work that you've done. So if you prepare these things in advance, you're going to feel more confident. And if you think like your boss, then you can rectify and give your task, whatever you're doing, the absolute very best. And you are also going to be more confident. So put yourself in your superior's shoes and make sure that whatever task you are doing is up to par. Now, finally, we spoke of communicating well. And one thing that I just do want to add into that itself is to be a good listener. Most of the time, the reason why we are not effective at work, especially in the field, the corporate field, or whatever field you are working in, why work doesn't essentially get done is because there is no communication. And I told you how you need to use the right word at the right time. But I also want to remind you to be a good listener. Being a good listener solves most of the problems. Now, I have noticed that there are so many people that are never ready to hear something against their work. But when you take something for criticism, there's obviously going to be different perspectives. You need to be a good listener, take in different perspectives, and come up with a solution for them. It's that simple. Be a good listener, communicate, learn from others. No matter how graduated or no matter how educated you are, there's always a space for improvement. There's always space for you to learn. So make sure that whatever context you are in, you learn as much as possible. Now, those are a few tips from me, Jamie, right here on Relax Radio. But with that being said, I am going to be out of here. Thank you so much for every single one of you that tuned in. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. But with that being said, I hope you have the most amazing day ahead and have a blessed day ahead.